what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Claws. It's a new show, you guys, and I am excited to be doing a new show. I haven't picked up a new show in a long time. So, yeah, Claws is it. Season 2, Episode 1, you guys. Did you watch it last night? It was the opener for the season. I think this show is cute, and I think that it deserves a chance. It puts me in the mindset of Breaking Bad. Just how Breaking Bad started with, you know, him being like just this teacher and him turning out to be like this huge drug kingpin that nobody knew. I feel like it's going to be the same situation for Desna, who is played by Niecy Nash. I feel like I see parallels in this story. But anyway, I'm jumping ahead. Let's get to the review, shall we? So, the show opens with, business as usual. Everybody is back at the nail shop, the original one, not the new one that they opened, because you guys know they are now working for the Russians. And my, how times have changed. Now, instead of Uncle Daddy and his crew telling Desna what to do, Desna is now being told what to do by the Russian lady. And so now Desna has to tell them what to do, what Reva has ordered. Of course, Uncle Daddy don't like that shit. Desna was like, you think I like this shit? Desna was trying to get out from underneath all of this bullshit. If you just gave her fucking money from the beginning, we wouldn't even be in this mess. But whatever. She tell him what Reva told him to do, and look, she got a fucking hot date, okay? And who's her date with? Well, it would be with the African fake Dr. Drug Dealer. What's his name, y'all? Gregory. They in the bed, steamy, passion. It still kills me how these shows now can have so much cursing and sex on it, and it's still on regular cable TV. I mean, I guess it's 9 o'clock, so that's considered later night television. Is that how it goes? I mean, they don't show nothing, but still you can clearly see they having sex. Anyway, she getting it on with fake African doctor drug dealer Gregory. Of course, Desna doesn't know that that's what he does. We found that out at the end of last season. All we know is that he makes Desna quite happy. Desna deserves some happiness, so she's been in fucking turmoil for the whole time we've been watching her on TV. And I guess she stays there overnight, okay? Even though she's got her brother Dean, who is on the autistic spectrum, at the house. But I guess he's able to take care of himself, So anyway, she gets home the next morning. Dean is in the kitchen. He's troubled, okay? He does such a really good job playing Dean. But anyway, he's upset, you coming in at all times in the morning and the night. Virginia told me that, you working for some Russian lady and all of that. And she was like, first of all, Virginia don't know what she's talking about. And you shouldn't worry about me. Everything is going to be fine. He was like, but I thought we discussed that you was going to make better decisions. Dean still knows right from wrong. She says, don't you worry about it, brother. We got this under control, okay? Trust me, everything is okay, okay? And he says, okay. So then she goes to work, and everybody is teasing her about the post-coital glow. Ain't nothing like some new DICK in your life. And this is the first time that we see the Claws crew. Everybody still looks the same. Poe, Quiet Ann looks very sad that, you guys know she had to frame her girlfriend, so they're not together anymore, but she's still kind of watching after her, stalking her on social media. So I felt bad for Quiet Ann because she really did love old girl. But there's casualties in war, and when you a drug dealer, child, nobody's safe. Now it's business as usual, and everybody's laughing and having a good time until the Russian niece of Reva comes in. Okay, so they change up everything, put the nice music on, and make it a little bit more almost Asian inspired. And she comes on in there, and everybody is like, ugh. I guess they had to remove the ratchet. Reva don't go for that. Roller comes in, okay, ignores her sitting over there, and that's when Desna says, you're not going to talk to your baby mama over there? Roller's like, ain't nobody got time for that. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't remember that he had then got a niece pregnant. I was like, did that happen last season? I may have missed it, because I watched the whole season in one day, okay? But anyway, he ain't really trying to claim her, even if he was fucking around with the niece. Bryce came in with Roller, and we see that Bryce and Jennifer, they still in a pretty bad place. I mean, we found out quite a few secrets. The fact that Jennifer is fucking around. Okay, Bryce is back on drugs. He can't really handle this position that he's got in his organized crime family. So shit is bad there. When Roller and Desna go into the back to talk, Roller still wants to take out the Russians, and Desna's trying to explain to him that, look, that ain't gonna happen right now, so you might as well get that shit out of your head, okay? And really quiet as it's kept, Rolla still want to be with Desna. Rolla fucked up what happened with him and Desna. I don't know if Desna really liked him like that. We saw the flashbacks of how she felt about him, and at the beginning, I believe she really liked him, but I think as she saw that she was getting fucked over, I don't know if she had the same feelings for him at the end. So she tells him she's still with, fake African Dr. Drug Dealer Gregory, and she was like, I know you still want this, but you cannot have it. Bryce, like I said, his nerves bad, he's back on drugs and everything. He goes and confronts the man that his wife is having the affair with. And the man was like, well, what do you want to do, Bryce? But Roller stops him, okay? Because really there ain't nothing you can do, and you just gonna end up getting your ass put in jail, so you might as well go on and leave. Poor Bryce. Now back at the shop, Desna gets a visit from Reva. Okay, and of course, whenever Reva's around, it's bad news. Now, Reva wants them to start running coke, okay, and running it through, running it through the salon or through the clinic. And Desna's like, no, we can't do shit like that. Okay, coke is a whole different thing than legalized medications and all that. And Reva was like, oh, so one thing is worse than the others. No, you gonna do this coke, like I said. So get the hustlers. That's Uncle Daddy and the crew, for y'all who didn't know. Tell them to get on down to the nursing home and get that coke and then take it on, to the clinic and all of that, So Desna ain't really feeling it. She already know Uncle Daddy and them ain't gonna feel it either. But what can she do? Reva told her to do it. Oh no, I'm sorry. She want them to run the coke out of Shishi's. That's the strip joint that Uncle Daddy and them have. And speaking of Uncle Daddy is a fucking mess. Okay, his wife, the love of his life, is dead. So, he ain't really the most focused now. He's pissed off. Wanda gone. Okay, Desna goes and tells him how, she wants them to go down to the nursing home and get this coke. And he was like, hell fuck nah, bitch. She killed my damn wife. And Desna was like, yeah, but do you know she also kidnapped your granddaughter, which is why we are here where we are now. Okay, everybody know you want to get back at it. We got to do this shit right. So have the drugs there by 8 o'clock. Don't mess it up. So jumping back over to Dean. Dean ain't stupid. Remember at the end of last season, we found out that Virginia was pregnant. Well, now Dean confronts Virginia and says, look, I know you're pregnant. And she was like, oh, I was going to tell you. He was like, that's fine. I was going to give you time. I know you wasn't trying to keep it from me, but I do know that you're pregnant. So this is going to be, ooh, and Desna find out. Child. See, Desna been so distracted by all this shit that she done took her good eye off of Dean. And look at what done happened here. When she let Dean go with Virginia, I was just like, girl, you crazy. Now, we see Desna with the African fake Dr. Drug Dealer Gregory, and they having a good time. They singing, they cooking, they eating, and they just getting to know each other more. He asked her, what is her 5-year plan? She says, okay, taking over the world one hand at a time. His phone rings, and, he's like, I gotta take this. It's the hospital. But you guys know the hospital is actually Uncle Daddy. Okay, his drug dealer business. And Uncle Daddy is like, look, we got to move on the Russian lady because she want me to do all this shit I ain't fixing to do. And, the African fake Dr. Drug Dealer Gregory was like, listen, you gonna have to do what the fuck I tell you to do. It ain't time for us to move on it. You gonna have to trust me on this. Be patient, play your part. And he hangs up on Uncle Daddy. Now, back at Reva's house, we get a little bit more understanding on this niece situation. Reva's at home with the niece, and in walks Reva's sister. Now, she is definitely the family fuck up, and Reva has nothing but disdain for her. She don't give a fuck that she's a blood. The only reason why the sister is probably still around is the fact that she is blood. But, Reva takes care of her daughter, that being the one that's pregnant. I mean, they had the baby for Roller. The sister comes in, she all sassy and everything, and Reva's looking at her like, bitch, how long are you staying? The sister was like, I mean, as long as I need to, maybe around a month. So now, Reva got to deal with her fuck up sister being there and everything, okay? And then she gets a message from one of her workers that none of the hustlers showed up at the nursing home to get the cocaine. So, she pissed off. She calls Desna. Okay, Desna don't answer. Y'all know why? Because Desna's with the African fake Dr. Drug Dealer Gregory. So now she's pissed. We see Polly and Dr. Ken. I'm trying to get all these names right. Polly and Dr. Ken, they a couple, I guess. And they with the girl that Polly has bought. Remember, she was getting sold last season. So, they having cheeseburger casserole and, trying to have a nice night. And then Polly gets a call that, where the fuck is Desna? because ain't nobody picked up that cocaine at the fucking nursery home, like I said. Nursing home, like I said. So now Polly is like, fuck, she had a hot date, that's why, you know. So she trying to call Desna. Desna ain't answering the phone, so you know what, she got to go to Desna. Okay, shows up with Desna is with fake African Dr. Drug Dealer Gregory, and Desna's like, what are you doing here? And she was like, you guys, you know, it was that issue. Reva called and said that, you know, the plumbing was still fucked up at the nail salon. Okay, that's when Desna was like, uh-oh, I gotta go. So this would be, what, the third time that she's had to run out on old boy? And then at the same time, back at the Russian house, we see that the sister feels like Reva has turned her daughter against her. So now the sister don't really see it for Reva too much. Now, Desna and Polly go and they get Quiet Ann, and you know what? They show up at the damn nursing home. Okay, let's do this, lady, so I can get back to my man. And so they about to get the shit packed up. Reva show up there with her sister, and Reva was like, what the fuck been going on? You know, why you ain't did this? And Desna was like, look, Reva, I mean, Uncle Daddy is fucked up right now. I mean, you killed his wife. Reva don't care. Business is business. Okay, shit happens. But Reva can't even get it, you know, together with Desna, because Reva still got to deal with her sister. Fighting with her sister, okay, called her a baby, okay, making her stupid ass decisions, okay, and putting the family in all this trouble all the time. You know, they'd be better off without her, basically. All right, but they talking in Russian, but you can tell that there's some contention between the two. Now, Desna is watching, you know, with the rest of everybody, and Desna's like, look, it's obvious y'all got some shit. Okay, let us just do this. And at the same time, the sister pulls out a gun and points it at Desna. Okay, Desna look at Reva and said, girl, you gonna just let her pull a gun on me like that? What the fuck is going on here? So that's when the sister was like, you know what, back in my home up in Georgia, okay, in Russia, we would find out where you live and your family and kill everybody and everybody you know, and, you know, make sure that you don't have nothing in your life but, you know, pain and turmoil and all of that. I could kill you right now, but we ain't in Georgia, okay? And then she turns and points the fucking gun at Reva and blows her brains out right there in front of Desna and Quiet Ann and Polly. Okay, they got brain matter and shit all splattered on them. Polly is back there about to have a fucking nervous breakdown. You know, Quiet Ann is just looking. They cannot believe that she just fucking killed Reva, the head of that organized Russian family. But you know what, sis don't care. She tells them, you know what, don't worry about this. Business starts tomorrow as usual. Now, Desna goes back and tells the crew, you know, that the sister just blew fucking Reva's head off. Okay, poor Polly, still, her nerves still bad. You know, she's like, it took me 3 hours to get the brain matter out of her, you know, out of her hair. You know, but the fact that the sister is this unhinged that she would actually kill her sister, you know, now they know that they are dealing with a fucking loose cannon. Polly's scared. She don't want to get involved. Desna's like, look, everybody is scared. Okay, but we got to do this, so we gonna need you to get yourself together. Okay, we don't need nobody to see that you weak and that you having this breakdown and shit, because they gonna come after you. So get right. They start giving her, you know how Polly like to live in the fantasy world. So they're like, you know, you're at a barbecue with the Kennedys. There's seersucker suits, you know, it's pomp and circumstance everywhere. You know, that starts to calm Polly down. That's right, girl. Get back into your fantasy world so you can deal with the real world. By the time she finally calms down, the sister walks in. She got a billboard, you know, a life-size billboard of herself. I said, ooh, she about to get him a mess. And, you know, the sister is real nonchalant. Like, hey, how y'all doing? Did y'all get some rest? They was like, no, not really. She was like, I apologize for Reva, but you know what? She was toxic. We needed to get rid of her. She underestimated me far too long. That's why she had to go. But don't worry about it. I'm here now. So, you know, sis got all these new ideas, okay? And first things first, she wants to change She-She's into an all-male review. So she need Desna to get on it. Get these men in there that can, you know, come in there and shake their ass. Hey, how you feel Uncle Daddy is going to feel about this, even though his ass is gay? Or I should say bisexual. Changing She-She's. The child, she wants to name the place Hammer and Pickles. So, you know, she tells them that they need to find the men, and, you know, Polly says that she can train the men. So, you know, Polly is back in her fantasy world. You know, they look at her like, Lord have mercy. But they got to do what they got to do. After that, sis goes and talks to the hustlers. Okay, and they want to know, where's Reva? And, you know, she was like, well, my sister, you know, she had a heart attack right after I shot her in her fucking head. Rolla was like, I think I like her. Uncle Daddy was like, shut up, shit. So anyway, she trying to tell him what all of her new business ideas, and Uncle Daddy was like, bitch, I will never work for you. I ain't telling you how my opiate business is run, nothing about the clinics, anything. But Desna's there as well, and Desna starts to tell her a little bit how they, have been able to keep the clinic going so long. Uncle Daddy mad that she's saying anything. But you know what? They ain't got no choice. And plus, the old girl is crazy enough. She gonna get it one way or the other. So first things first, changing she's to Hammer and Pickles. We see Virginia and Quiet Ann, they just driving down the street, and I think they see some day laborers. And they ask them, could they dance? And they say, yeah. So Virginia says, pick them all up, put them in the van. They take them on down to she's. And Polly is now training them to be male dancers. So crazy. So Desna goes and talks to his sister, and she's like, look, I know you want to do all of this, but I really can't be having my crew involved. Like Polly, she was just in jail. A lot of them have done time. All right, and I don't want them to go back in. And the sister was like, you know what, I like you because you a boss. You take care of your people and everything, but they don't respect you. So you got to show them who really is boss. Teach them a lesson. So Desna don't really know what that means. So that's when the sister takes her and shows her how they done tied Bryce or got Bryce stuck in this room, making him look at a video of his wife getting fucked by the man that she was having the affair with. Now this video is old shit. It was from the cloud, but the Russian lady is showing it to Bryce, and Bryce is probably thinking it's happening right now. So Bryce is already very unstable and can't take shit anyway. So he's just like, ah! Ah! Poor Bryce. Then we see Desna and the lady, the sister, they go to Uncle Daddy's house and throw Molotov cocktails at his house and set his fucking house on fire. Okay, so sis is just like, you gonna find out. This is the way to make sure that they listen to you. Okay, of course, Uncle Daddy come running out with Toby, okay, and Uncle Daddy was like, you can burn whatever the fuck you want to burn down. I'm still never working for you. So it's a whole bunch of shit going on, okay? The next day, at the Russian compound, the hustlers, everybody shows up there. I guess she didn't order them all down there. Oh, it's supposed to be a baby shower, I believe. So they all show up, everybody, okay? And when they get there, they find out that sis decided that her daughter need to get married to Roller. Roller's like, I ain't marrying her. They done came and brought a fucking smoking jacket out there for Roller to put on. Roller take off running. Child, he trying to get away. Like, where do you think you fixing to run to? Of course, they tackle his ass. And now we sit down and we got a full-blown wedding between this niece and Roller. Everybody's sitting there watching. They on fucking horses. Child, it is the craziest mess. Roller get up there and even tries to convince the pastor that, I can't do this. But, honey, pastor pull out a gun like you gonna do it today. It is a whole full mess there. After they had their nuptials, Desna's talking to the girls. Virginia was like, let's make a run for it. But really, you already saw Roller couldn't get away. There is really nothing they can do. Roller, of course, doesn't even recognize that he's married. Again, he still want to be with Desna, kind of has her in a room by himself and trying to talk to her about all of this. And then the wife come and get Roller. Poor Jennifer ain't sure how Bryce is feeling. She out there watching to make sure that he don't get, fucked by all these Russian prostitutes and shit that might be walking around wanting to get with him. Uncle Daddy is fucked up at this wedding. Okay, he's still very much in mourning for Wanda. And Desna was just like, shit. She goes and talks to the sister. And the sister was like, ha 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 ha. What did I tell you? Sister is like, look, I got something for you. I know you worked hard. You were supposed to get your just due and you didn't. So I'm going to give you Jennifer and Bryce's house. Okay, so you go on and tell her that that's your shit now. I'm giving it to you. And she was like, no, I can't do that. And she was like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Look, this is how you control these motherfuckers. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to help you. You a good person. I can see that. You a leader. I can see that. But look out there. Okay, you see all kind of shit. It looked like a fucking circus out there. And Desna was like, that don't look like control. That looks like chaos. But the sister don't see it that way. Desna says, I'm not going to take this house. I'm good with what I have right now. Thank you. And the sister grabbed on to Desna and she was like, oh no, you're going to take this house and you're going to understand that we are sisters now. So what a place that Desna has found herself in. That sister is going to be something. I think the good part about it is the sister really likes Desna. Okay, I think the bad part about it is the sister is clearly unstable. However, I think the fact that the sister now likes Desna, I think that's where the turn is going to be where Desna realizes her power and maybe even can overcome the sister. Again, if the show plays itself right, we still will have a few seasons before Desna gets fully to that place, but I honestly see that that's where we are headed. I think Desna has been the leader for this crew, even though Uncle Daddy was the figurehead. Okay, Desna obviously was running everything, and the fact that she knows all of the angles of every part of the businesses, that's how you can take over. So that's why I feel like Desna is really gonna get there, and that's another reason why I like this show, because even though she's a fucking drug dealer, it's not that she really wants to. Circumstances that put her there, but the fact that she's this strong black woman and she's doing it it's not the most positive way, but I feel like Desna still has her morals. She's doing what she has to do. So yeah, this show is really good. If you guys have not watched it, the first season is on Hulu, and this is the beginning of the second season. So really, the first season, I think, is 10 episodes. I was able to watch it in a day. So, I mean, you might not have that kind of time, but you definitely have enough time to watch it before the next episode comes on next Sunday. But get into it, you guys, because this show is really good. I think it's really well acted, and the shit is funny. And I think that the storyline is all very, even though it's all over the place, it's still good. So, yeah, you guys give it a try. It's definitely a good show. All right, rock stars, let me get off of here. Get on back to work, you guys. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Itsrox. The channel is for Itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.